Hello everyone, let's walk through how we can complete this exercise here. So you should see that you have this interactive demo that you can play around with. So the aim is to recreate this program. You can see there's an image being drawn here with 3 buttons, and when you click on each of these buttons, notice that the words in the buttons are different. And when you click on them, it should tell you what the triangle is that the button is contained within. So this is saying I'm an isosceles triangle. You should hear that through the speaker as well. This one will say I am an equilateral triangle because it's got 3 equal sides. And this one is saying it is a scalene triangle because it's got 3 sides that are all of different length. And an isosceles triangle is one with 2 equal sides. Okay, so we want to recreate this program. So let's have a go at doing that now. So in our editor here, first thing we want to do is just draw that image to start with. So let's go print image, and then you've been given the internet address of that image, which is this one right here. So if we run that, we'll get an error because we need to import from goodies. And we're going to just import the asterisk there, or the star, which will grab everything from goodies, okay? So that includes print image, print button, wait for button clicked, is button clicked, etc., etc., okay? So that just makes things a bit easier for us. We should see the image, and it's looking really big. So let's just resize that and make that, for instance, maybe just 500, 500. It is a square image, so it doesn't really matter what numbers we put here, just as long as they're both equal, the width and the height. Okay, so that's looking kind of okay. Now, if we go back to our demo, we can see that there are 3 buttons. So let's go through and draw those first. What triangle am I? How about me? What is my name? Okay, so let's have a go at doing those buttons by using the print button function. Okay, so what was that first one? What triangle am I? Okay, so what triangle am I? Okay, so if we run that, we have that down there. Obviously, that's not where we want it to be. Let's reposition that up somewhere. Let's just try 100 and 100 right now. Where is that? Okay, let's move that down a little bit. Maybe 150 and maybe 80. That's 90, 80. Okay, maybe a little bit lower, 160. Okay, that's looking pretty good. And then how about me? That's the second one. So I'm just going to copy that line there. How about me? How about me? And that one is about there. So that's going to be across a little bit, maybe down. Let's see what that is. Okay, not quite across enough. Let's say 280. Okay, even a bit more, 380. Too far. So maybe 320. Okay, maybe 300. Okay, and maybe a little bit lower. Okay, good enough. And then what is my name? Okay, so I'm going to copy this one here. Oops. Control C. What is my name? What is my name? This one will be, let's say, 200 and 380. Where would that go? Yep, let's say 480. That will probably be too low. 450. Maybe a bit higher. Okay, and then say 180. Let's see. Okay, maybe a bit more. 160. Okay, good enough. All right, so now we've got our 3 buttons. Obviously, when we click on them, nothing happens. So we're going to use the new function, wait for button click. Okay, and now it's waiting, and that's fine. And now we're going to use the is button clicked to find out which button it is that we clicked on. So I'm going to go if, so using the if instruction there, is button clicked, and what triangle am I? So I'm going to copy this text here to make sure that it is exactly the same. If it is, I'm going to print I am a equilateral triangle. Okay, and I'm going to say it as well. Okay, let's run that, see if it works. There we go. Oops. And if I run it again but click on something else, it doesn't work. Okay, good. So I'm going to copy those 3 lines of code, and I'm going to change that to the second button, which is how about me. How about me, and this is an isosceles triangle. That should be I am an equilateral triangle, and an isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle. Okay, so there it is. I'm an isosceles triangle. I'll run this again and check the first one. Equilateral triangle. Okay, that's all working. And let's do the third one, which is, what is my name? What is my name? And this is saying I am a scalene triangle. A scalene triangle. Okay, run it. There we go. Let's run it again. Yep. Go back and check the other ones. Still work. And then, to make it continue going on and on, so letting us click on it multiple times, I'm going to use a label, button clicks. Okay, and then down here, I'm going to go to .button clicks. We wait for the button click, we check which button it was that was clicked, and then at the end we go back up here, we wait for the clicks, and then we check again. So this goes on forever. So let's run this now. What triangle am I? I'm an equilateral triangle. Now, it won't actually go back until the program finishes saying it. So you just have to wait a little bit for the program to actually say those words before you can click on things again. If you find that you're clicking on it and it's not happening, it's just because it hasn't finished speaking it yet. Okay. You notice that's not working until it finishes talking. Okay. Same thing here, not working until it finishes talking. Now it's working, and wait for a little bit, and that now works as well. Okay, so that's how we can reproduce that demo